I feel ultimately that he made the right choice given everything that is on the table.
Support for Portland Mayor Keith Wilson's decision to get rid of certain DEI city policy language. If the city didn't make this move, it would risk losing millions of dollars in federal funding. Tonight, we hear from an advocate who says Mayor Wilson did the right thing. K2's Thanvi Verma joins us now. So, Thanvi, how many policies and programs is the city going to eliminate?
So, Deb, we know 75 programs or policies are being impacted. The city won't tell us which ones they are. I do want to emphasize that the mayor says most DEI initiatives will not be impacted. I do want to also show you a little more about what this executive order by the mayor actually means.
Here it is, Mayor Keith Wilson's executive order, which states city programs and services will provide benefits without regard or preference based on protected class status.
And at a time when the city as a whole is in recovery, it's really important that we choose our battles and that we align ourselves in the best way that funding and resources get to those in need. And that's what the decision that was made today was all about.
That's Lakiana Drury. He's the executive director of Word is Bond, a leadership program for young black men. He says he gave the mayor his 2 cents on the executive order.
So Mayor Wilson reached out to me along with a number of community leaders and heads of organizations that work in this so-called DEI space, and really to get our opinions and feedback on the difficult challenge and choice that he had to make. And I really just appreciate his approach of listening.
What do you say to people who believe this is just selling out?
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, you have to listen to the service providers and community organizations that are on the ground. And what ultimately we want is a chance to get access to this funding. And if we know by not complying, we're not going to even have a seat at the table.
Here's part of what District 2 Councilor Samir Kanal had to say. Quote, I'm proud of the work Portland has done on racial and gender equity. It's obvious why these programs and policies need to continue. I remain committed to the city's core value of anti-racism. We also tried to approach District 4 Councilor Mitch Green in the hopes of getting his take. He refused to answer our questions.
And Mayor Wilson says the city of Portland stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that the city remains committed to helping all Portlanders live a more equitable life. Back to you, Deb.
All right, Thanvi, thank you. Today, Councilman Dan Ryan agreed to do an interview on the topic, saying the mayor made a difficult but necessary decision. We asked Ryan about his biggest concerns with the new executive order.
I'm pausing for a long time because there's a lot of concerns. I think that right now we have to focus on, these are tough choices. And so it's like a harm reduction. And to me, it was more harmful to reject the money that's coming to us. Portlanders pay federal taxes. I pay federal taxes, you pay federal taxes. And to think that we would not receive those due funds is cringy to me.
Council President Alana Perdel-Guinea also told K2 in a written statement she also supports the mayor's decision. So what's next? The city says over the next few weeks, city staff will develop action plans for impact programs and policies. Employees who work on impacted programs will be provided with resources and training to ensure compliance with anti-discrimination laws. That'll be guidance from the city attorney's office and the Office of Equity and Human Rights. City Council will oversee the whole process and guide any changes to city code. Those changes must be voted on by council.